So wintertime can definitely present some different challenges. You have colder temperatures, shorter daylight hours, and oftentimes it's a little bit tougher to get certain projects done with. This week I'm doing a collaboration series with Cog Hill Farms, Living Tradition Homestead, and White House on the Hill. I'll put links to all their channels in the description below, as well as I'll create a playlist so you can see each and every one of their videos on this related topic. The thing that we wanted to chat a little bit about was some good projects on the homestead to get done during the winter months. And of course for me, firewood is definitely one of my top of the list. I personally really think cutting firewood in the winter months is one of the best times of the year to do this. One is just for the health of the trees. There's diseases like oak wilt that oftentimes rely on bugs to transport the disease from tree to tree, and they're not active during the winter months. So you reduce the risk of any tree diseases potentially spreading through bugs. Also, if the trees are at their least amount of moisture, so that wood will dry out a little bit quicker if you're cutting them at this time of year. The ground is also nice and hard, so if you need to skid logs around, you're not going to gouge up your property. It's also pretty easy just to walk through the woods, be able to identify trees that are down, especially if there's any snow. They just stand out like a sore thumb. Also, you can layer up when you're out cutting wood. That way you're not getting too hot. You can always strip off a couple layers. Unlike the summer months, you can only take off so many layers. So transporting firewood can definitely present some challenges in the winter months, especially if you have a lot of snow on the ground. There's a couple things you can do. You can use a sled to drag around some of that wood. You can use a snowmobile. Maybe if you have a 4x4 truck, that could potentially get through some of that. But I really think even if you just get out there, cut this stuff up and leave it out there in the woods, there's something about it going through that cold winter, that shrinking and contracting, that really helps season that wood out really nicely for the up and coming winter. Running a chainsaw in the winter months can definitely present some challenges as well. Take a look at your owner's manual. A lot of saws will have a plate that you can flip around that allows you to run your saw in the winter a little bit more easily. It helps keep a little bit more warmth around that carburetor. Another tip I'd recommend is not bringing your saw into a warm climate, then back out to the cold, back into the warm. It's kind of like your glasses. You go outside, you come back in, your glasses all fog up. Same sort of deal with your saw and your gasoline. You could potentially be putting a lot of water contaminants into that. So trying to keep your saw and gasoline at a cool, consistent temperature. Another thing I would recommend doing is running a thinner viscosity bar oil, just because things a lot of times can get pretty thick and tacky during the winter, and running a little bit of a thinner stuff will definitely make a world of a difference. If you're someone that splits your firewood by hand, sub-zero temperature days are your best friend. I tell you what, I used to set all my really tough stringy pieces aside, wait till a nice -degree day, go back out there, have another whack at them. There's something about that cold temperature that just makes them just crack and almost explode. Also, being right in the midst of wood heating season, sometimes it's pretty nice just to evaluate how things are going. What are some of the struggles you're coming across? Maybe you're having a lot more effort that's needed to be put into moving firewood around or get access to firewood. Maybe it's too far away and you need to keep the trails open during the winter, something like that. Taking a look at some of your processes, what some of your struggles are at this time of year while you're right in the middle of it and it's a little bit more of a sore sore spots so you can start planning out for the up and coming year. So anyways, these are just a few little tips that I thought I would share related around cutting firewood in the winter. I really think it's a good thing to be doing at this time of year. There's a lot of great value. It does present some different challenges, but I definitely think there's a lot of pros that come along with cutting in the winter as well. So I encourage you to go over, check out Cog Hill Farms video next, and then carry on throughout the rest of this playlist. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.